In a music industry that often praises Western artists for dominating global charts, one name continues to quietly, yet powerfully, prove that popularity knows no borders. Seokjin, better known as Jin of BTS, after completing his military service and launching his highly anticipated Run Seokjin solo tour, Jin has been making waves across major U.S. cities. With sold-out arenas, record-breaking crowd turnouts, and an overwhelming online presence, fans and industry experts alike are beginning to ask the same question. Isn't it time we recognize Jin as one of the most popular solo artists in America right now? Let's look at the receipts. Jin's concert in Anaheim on July 18, 2025, shattered the Honda Center's K-pop attendance record, drawing over 18,000 fans. The crowd wasn't just filled with BTS Army. Local media noted that even casual listeners and Western celebrities were spotted at the venue, curious about the magnetic force of Jin's stage presence. And it didn't stop there. In Dallas, his concert led to multiple local landmarks being lit in BTS's iconic purple, including the American Airlines Center and Reunion Tower. The city quite literally glowed for Jin, a tribute typically reserved for artists like Taylor Swift, Beyoncé, or Harry Styles. But this time, it was for him. His solo song, The Astronaut, continues to chart well over a year after its release, thanks to renewed interest from U.S. fans after each show. Streaming numbers for both his music and past BTS performances where he's featured prominently are seeing spikes across platforms like Spotify and Apple Music, a testament to his lasting appeal. Even more telling is the emotional connection he cultivates with fans. During his tour, Jin's signature blend of humor, sincerity, and stage charisma has drawn comparisons to some of the most beloved entertainers in the U.S. He's like if Mr. Rogers, Freddie Mercury, and Chris Evans had a baby, and it could sing in perfect pitch. One fan jokingly posted on TikTok. But behind the jokes is a growing truth. Jin is no longer just BTS's oldest member. He's a global superstar in his own right. Industry insiders have even started noting how Jin's fan loyalty surpasses that of many Western solo acts. His fans line up hours, sometimes days, in advance just to catch a glimpse or buy exclusive merch. Some have flown in from across the country multiple times to attend different stops of his tour. And when compared to attendance for certain U.S. A-listers, let's just say, Jin is winning the popular vote. He's been invited to more late-night shows, fashion events, and even film cameos since his tour began, and that's no coincidence. The American entertainment industry is watching closely. It's a quiet revolution. While some mainstream Western outlets are still catching up, Jin is redefining what global pop stardom looks like, not through viral scandals or flashy headlines, but through consistent talent, genuine personality, and a fan base that would follow him to the ends of the earth. Oh yes, it's time to stop calling Jin a K-pop idol, as if that limits him, because what he really is, a global icon at a stadium filler, a fan magnet, and most of all, an artist who belongs in the same sentence as the biggest names in the American music scene. Jin isn't coming for the crown. He's just showing us he's already wearing one. What makes Jin's rise in the American music scene even more astonishing is how he's achieved it, not through aggressive promotions or high-budget PR blitzes, but through the power of presence, authenticity, and emotional resonance. While many Western artists rely on spectacle or controversy to stay relevant, Jin does something almost radical. He just shows up as himself. And somehow, that's more magnetic than any million-dollar light show. At each stop of the Run Seokjin tour, fans didn't just come for the music, they came for him. His stage banter in half Korean, half fluent sarcasm, his iconic dad jokes, and his random moments of heartfelt vulnerability made fans feel like they were part of something intimate, even in a sea of 20,000 people. This isn't just entertainment, it's a connection, one that many Western artists would dream of replicating. Even American media outlets are catching on. Entertainment Weekly called him the most endearing performer to hit U.S. arenas in years. Rolling Stone described his concert energy as equal parts rock concert and family reunion. His name trends on U.S. Twitter regularly, and clips from his shows, whether it's him belting out vocals or accidentally dropping his mic and giggling, gain millions of views overnight. What's truly rare, though, is how multi-generational his appeal has become. At his Dallas show, the crowd included teenage armies, moms in Jin-themed shirts, and even older fans holding handmade signs that read, "Worldwide Handsome," finally in Texas. Some came because of BTS nostalgia, but most stayed because they realized Jin doesn't need BTS behind him to shine. He is the light, and let's talk star power. Jin's fashion at the shows has sparked entire trend waves on TikTok and Pinterest. American influencers and stylists have already begun dubbing his style soft luxury with dangerous charisma. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Givenchy stylists have been reportedly eyeing him for solo brand deals. One viral headline read, "When Jin blinks, fashion changes." But here's the wildest part. Jin never pushes himself into the spotlight. The spotlight chases him. And that's why he stands out even more in the American scene, where humility isn't always the norm. In a world full of ego and competition, Jin's warmth, humor, and quiet confidence feel like relief. Like the guy who'd help you fix your tie before an interview, then go on to win Artist of the Year, with the rest of BTS cheering him on, especially Jungkook, who recently praised Jin's vocals in a behind-the-scenes interview. Jin's solo journey is becoming one of the most heartwarming arcs in global music. From being the guy with no lines in early BTS songs to headlining full concerts in the U.S., he's the living proof that patience and heart win in the long run. He's not just more popular than people realize. He's more loved than any algorithm can calculate. Jin isn't just a performer. He's a phenomenon. And perhaps the most extraordinary part of all this is he makes it look effortless. While Western tabloids obsess over drama, Jin builds a legacy in the background. One concert, one smile, one fan interaction at a time. His concerts aren't chaotic spectacles, they're emotional pilgrimages. A place where people cry, laugh, scream, and heal. The kind of catharsis that even Grammy winners would envy. Take, for instance, the viral moment from the Anaheim concert, where Jin paused the entire show to check on a fan who looked overwhelmed in the crowd. He didn't just wave at security. He stepped forward, spoke calmly to the audience, and waited until the fan was okay before continuing. The crowd, dead silent, then erupting into thunderous applause. And the clip? It hit 20 million views in less than 48 hours. That's not just stardom. That's leadership with heart. It's no surprise that younger artists, from Korea and beyond, have openly referred to Jin as the gold standard of what a senior idol should be. He's graceful without being detached, playful without being unprofessional, humble without playing small. Even fans of other artists, from Swifties to ARMYs, Blinks to Beehive, have admitted online that they weren't ready for how charming Jin is live. It's becoming a shared cultural truth. You don't just become a Jin fan, he slowly claims a piece of your heart and never gives it back. And here's the kicker, Jin's not even trying to conquer the US market. He's just existing, radiating, singing his soul out in purple light, feeding us honey vocals and laughing at his own jokes. Meanwhile, venues fill, hearts soften, and the music world begins to shift. Jin BTS doesn't need to compete with anyone, because when you're that loved, that respected, and that ridiculously talented, you're already in a league of your OW and SO. The next time someone says Jin's just famous because he's in BTS, tell them this. No, Jin is famous because the world finally caught up to what ARMY knew all along, and as America continues to fall deeper in love with him, one sold-out city at a time, there's only one thing left to say. He's not just welcome here, he's home.